Well, here's the update on what happened on the 30th, and not very good news for Mary anyway. But let me put you in the picture because when I asked my friend to have a look at my previous video, he didn't really get the grasp of what it was all about. The way the scenario is, I was trying to put it in a more simpler form that everyone can understand. The way the scenario is like, just imagine I had a dog that had an accident, right? A bad major accident, and he fractured 3 of his spinal vertebrae, and I'm claiming since after the accident he's lost his head. He hasn't got a head anymore. Well,
Right.
losing his head, I know is major, but I'm trying to put it in a sort of scenario that people could understand. Basically, the first two experts, which is the defendant's experts that came and saw Mary, about a year and a half later, the first two experts of the defendants are saying that the first one saying that she's for fabricating. I'm going to put on some pictures of her accident, and she was in a body cast for 5 months, mind you. And anyway, the first two experts are saying that one of them is saying that she is fabricating it, putting it all on, and the second one is saying that she's not cooperating, right? So now two experts are saying that there's nothing wrong with them by the defendant's expert, and our two experts is that it's a mental problem, that she hasn't lost her head. So there's the four expert witnesses saying that she hasn't lost her head. The head is still there, but the two from the defendant saying that she's fabricating it, and our one is saying that she hasn't lost her head, it's there, but it's a mental problem that we all can't see that is there, but it's there, right? But now, because my dog won't accept the offer, her solicitor, nobody else, her solicitor has decided, he has become a psychiatrist now, and he's decided, he told the court that he thinks now she hasn't got a head. Our dog hasn't got a head now, so he asked the court whether he could appoint a court-appointed solicitor to deal on behalf of my dog. And of course we rejected. We say we can't have our dog running around the house with a foreign head stuck on it. And they said, oh, you don't have to take the head home. I said, oh, can I put my son's head on it, or one of the family's head? They said no, because we think you're having some sort of influence against your dog. That's why your dog is not accepting the offer. So no, we want a court's appointed solicitor's head on your dog. So they said, but we won't have it on there all the time. We're only going to put the court-appointed solicitor's head on your dog when she's in court. And when she's in court, she'll have this court-appointed solicitor's head on, and then she's allowed to say whatever needs to be said on behalf of your wife. And when it went to court, apparently by our barrister, she said the court-appointed solicitor said that she will, like my dog said, like with this court-appointed head solicitors on her head, said yes, she will accept the deal, the offer. The problem is the offer consists of the expert witnesses report that saying there's nothing wrong with her. That's why the offer is so low. Because they're saying there's nothing wrong with my wife, and the injuries are not, like if she took about bloody 30 x-rays, right, from MRI scans to ordinary x-rays to CT scans. But what solicitors can do is they can take the worst scan out. If they're working against you, that is, they can take the worst scan, or take the one that is badly taken, and everything looks normal. They could take that one out and submit it to the court, because you don't know what the solicitors has submitted to the court. But what I'll do in the future is I'll put you in the picture to show you all, like this is because her fractures and her damaged vertebrae and squashed up one of her vertebrae will never go. She'll always have it, so we can always give you the proof. So we will go along, and show you it as time go by, when we can get these things down. But of course, they're not interested in the truth, because I think they don't like me for publishing it on YouTube, so they're punishing my wife really in getting back at me. So, but anyway, like now our solicitor is turned over into an expert witness. He's convinced the court to get this bloody foreign dog's head on my dog now, right? So, but now the case is over. This foreign dog head with the court-appointed solicitor has accepted the deal. What they want now, they've ordered my wife now to go and see an expert again to say, has she lost her head or hasn't she lost her head? And we refuse strongly, because like we've had 6 experts, 4 of which was private expert witnesses, all saying that my wife still got the head. 2 of them thinks that could be a mental problem, that she thinks she's got a head missing. But we all can see that she's got a head missing, but that's not important. It's what they can see, because they are the expert. But now we got a solicitor that thinks he's an expert and all. He's an expert psychiatrist, and he can see the head is missing 2 weeks before it goes to court. So now he's gone to court. They've put another foreign head on top of my dog's head. He's accepted the deal. She's accepted the deal. And now after the case, they want her to see another expert to say whether the head is missing or the head is not missing. But we already, established that, because all the offer is all based, right, on the 4 expert witness report. So we don't want no more expert. All the offer is based on the first 4 expert witness report. So if we have another expert involved in it, you got to do the whole report again. And we don't want to go down that road, because we don't want to go through this whole mess again. So everything is based on the 4 experts, right? So but now they want us to go back and go and see another expert to say that whether she's got her head on or not, and we refuse that, and basically this is where the last case, when we went to court on the 30th, is all about. And now I had a letter from my solicitor saying that if my wife don't go and see, if my dog don't go and see another expert, she won't get any money. The money be held in court in trust for her till she goes and see an expert. Well, we don't want it anyway, because my wife, I know my dog has got no head on. We've had 4 experts that say she's got a head on. We've had a temporarily head on her to say that she hasn't got a head on. Now we're going to go back and say that she's got a head on or whatever. We're not interested. So if they're going to play this nasty game with this person that was so badly injured, well, that money, we're just telling you now, that money can stay in court forever. So because I made an agreement that when my case is finished, that they're going to pay me 83,750 for my damages, right? So, well, remember that none of us has received a penny, because her solicitor and barrister saying, well, she got 5,000, but as you know from my previous video, we had to pay the first solicitor 5,000 plus a VAT on top of it. But now you're going to get a person that is badly injured, more probably than I was injured, not getting a penny till she goes and see an expert. But all the report that this dog of mine that had this other foreign head on has accepted all the all the money was based on the previous reports by this expert. But now they're saying to her that she can't have a penny of it. It's all going to stay in court till she goes and see this other expert. Well, they can keep it in court forever. We just want you to know that this is how these companies are running this case, for somebody who's been injured, left 5 years and 2 months without a penny, never had any care that she should have had, because all the time they were in denial. We can't trust none of the experts now. And I want you to know, I will keep you in touch about how she progressed without any money. By the way, my dog has bought her own kennel many years ago, and she has an outstanding mortgage of 70,000. Since she's never received a penny since her accident, because of the 5,000 interim payment, they always like to say that, but they won't mention that it was all taken away plus VAT by the first solicitor, because that's not important. That's not their problem. So that's corruption, and corruption, we've got to sue the first solicitors, and you never get another solicitor to take the case on. I've been trying, and it's going to be very difficult. So anyway, but what I need to post next is, because I want to put it all in this video, because I'm going to give you a next video of the court meeting, what has been said by the judge and what her barrister said. I want you to listen to what her barrister said, about how she felt about the washing machine falling from 30 feet, and I think you need to bear it in mind about this washing machine falling from 30 feet, what her own barrister said about this washing machine falling from 30 feet, and you ask yourself, whose side is this barrister on, and that will basically put this whole firm, you should be able to read it out, if this was your barrister telling the judge what she thinks about this washing machine falling from 30 feet. And I won't put the videos on this video about the injuries she received and whatnot, but I think you see it in my early movies about the injuries that she has received. But listen to what the barrister got to say, and what the judge got to say about the money that was offered her, because they wouldn't mention the money in court at all, what was offered to her. And I said to them, I don't mind it making public, but they said they won't make it public, but I've just received a letter from her solicitor saying that, because of the interim payment of 5,000, that she's got a remainder to come at 161,250 for her injuries, and well, the thing is, wait for the next movie with the sound of the court hearing, so then you can start making your own decision on whose side who is on. And I've got all the videos. I eventually will put it all on, and please, if anybody can advise me, how do I stand if I don't mention any names and just put whether it's a solicitor talking, a barrister talking, or the judge talking, so that they won't have, I won't have the movie removed. Thanks. I believe the reason why they want another expert witness report, because I believe the first judge that granted our solicitor, who's not a psychiatrist, that he could have a court-appointed solicitor, was wrong. I believe that judgment is totally out of order. So I would question the judge that agreed to putting a court-appointed solicitor to represent my dog's head, basically. I think that was totally out of order. It was my wife's solicitor. It wasn't a psychiatrist. We refuse to have any more psychiatrists on the grounds that the whole case offer was based on the 4 expert report, right? So why bring another expert in? So basically, I think this has got nothing to do with the case. It's only to make it respectable for the judge that granted the solicitor the right, who he thought was an expert witness, to have a court-appointed solicitor, to stand on behalf of my wife, which on my dog's head, which I found it very offensive completely. I'm going to say something very unusual here, because we haven't had any solicitor respond to our pleadings. So, because the only people now in our society that, to me, that is fighting back with our corrupted rulers and leaders in our system are the Muslims. So, to me, instead of any Muslims committing suicide, here is your chance. you will convert my wife and I into a Muslim, right? If you can come, because this case is going to be frozen, you know, we're not going to take a penny from my wife. Is not going to touch a penny of, you know, this frozen asset of hers by the court. If you can come and pick up the bits, right, and look into the corrupted behavior of all of them and expose them, we both will convert and become Muslims. By the way, my wife and I, neither of us believe in religion, because both of us were born Catholics, but we found it, you know, it's nothing but a big hypocrite thing. But if any, you know, religion that could step forward and show that they're willing to, because these people might even kill you, you know, so you don't need to go and commit suicide because they're so damn corrupted. So anybody that would stand up and, you know, expose these people for what they are, we would find, you know, it would be the first religion in the world, somebody that belongs to a religion that stand forward and will gain our respect tremendously. By the way, do you know the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? That's how I look at it.